So.
And an English coach.
And an English coach. That's right.
With some grammar.
And so with that, we go to our next guest who is patiently waiting on the telephone. I really appreciate you making time for us today. How are you?
Mighty fine. Thank you for having me.
I'll tell you, we just had a huge meltdown here between we had the ramblings of a madman, and we had our comedian / in-studio therapist, the world-famous Geffory Michelle, comedian extraordinaire, breaking down this. And I apologize that we've put you out as long as we have, dealing with all this house cleaning, but I appreciate you making time for us today. Welcome to the Jiggy Jaguar Experience on 990 WBOB.
Thank you guys again for having me. You know, it's a blessing to be here. I appreciate your time. And, you know, I've been blessed with patience being one of my main characteristics. So,
well, that's good because holy shit, my man. On a day like this, you need to be blessed with patience. So, go ahead and tell us how we find you online, social media, the websites, all these things.
My name on social media is Dick James, or simply The Real Dick James, DarealDickJames. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram. Dick James on LinkedIn. Dick James the Artist on Facebook. And pretty much all other social media platforms that are available. It's the same thing.
Fantastic. So, how in the world did you get started doing the music thing, my friend?
Man, let me make a long story short and sweet.
Hey, believe me, after we just witnessed what we just witnessed, you do not have to be short on anything, because I'll tell you, your grammar is a hell of a lot better than the last guy that we've been playing a video from. The fact that you're well educated, the fact that you have patience,
and he's Big James,
and you're Big James, so you can do whatever the hell you want, brother.
Appreciate it. Man. That's what I'm talking about. That's a welcome right there. Thank you guys, and thank the person that set it up for us like this. You know, even though they came in and they bombed, hey, it's all right. It's all right. Just credit it to the Bleeps and Bloopers show. You guys added to that playlist.
Damn right. So,
long story short, come on now.
Long story short, go ahead, brother. Jump in there.
Yeah, so rest in peace to my grandmother. My grandmother planted a guitar in my hand at the age of 2. And I really didn't know that until I was probably 22 years of age, when my uncle, rest in peace to him, who is a retired military veteran, he used to do a lot of filming of his family when we were young.
Fantastic.
And he had some old reel-to-reel film. And I visited him out in Fort Knox, Kentucky, about 2010. And he pulled those archives out, and he showed me that reel-to-reel for the first time. And that's when I realized, when I got bit for the first time by the music bug. I was at the age of 2, and I saw myself on film with a guitar in my hand, and it absolutely blew my mind. So music has been in my life since basically I was in diapers.
That's awesome. So who are some of your musical heroes and influences?
Hey, man, you know, we all love Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to MJ.
We're all big Michael Jackson fans. Honestly.
Yeah, I had to emulate Michael Jackson when we was growing up, so I'm glad I had the opportunity to do that. Shout out to Marvin Gaye, you know, Teddy Pendergrass, Mick Jagger, Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Lionel Richie. Shout out to Prince Roger Nelson, Curtis Mayfield, you know, and the list goes on and on and on. And I just have so many different people that I could pay homage to, Sam Cooke, you know, and people like that, Ray Charles, because those are the people that I was blessed to be able to grow up listening to, from my elders playing music during my younger stage of life. And then in the 80s, man, I was blessed to be able to watch Saturday night videos where pop music was at an all-time high, man. And, you know, people like Elton John and groups like Synchronicity and the Police, man. Duran Duran and Howlin' Oates, man. So, you
Hall and
know,
Oates, baby. Hall and Oates.
Yeah, man, my influence is all across the board. Music in general, not just because, you know, I'm a melanated person. No, I love music of all genres and all ethnicities and backgrounds, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So where do you see your music career and everything in like 5 years?
Being that I'm from a small place like Mississippi, I could be the next Mecca from Mississippi. I could be the next Big Crit, David Banner, Ray Sherman, you know, honestly, because that's how they're receiving me, and they're showing me love. I mean, it's mind blowing because I definitely didn't expect it. I look forward to it because I give love, so I definitely enjoy receiving love. But Mississippi has shown me something that I would have not otherwise been able to say if I had not been getting this experience. It's opening its arms. It's basically giving me the keys, something that the rest of the country has always been doing since I've had an opportunity to get out and introduce myself. But Mississippi is really it's helping me continue to grow.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, how active are you on social media? What is going on with that?
Social media. Shout out to social media because social media is the reason why I can say what I just said. My following is pretty unique and it's accredited. You're probably going to find me across all your platforms. You can pull up Timo James because that's my real name. And Timo James is going to lead back to Dick James, the real Dick James. I'm all over the place. I'm all over Google and social media, Instagram. I have like 46,000 plus followers on Instagram. I have like close to 15,000 followers and listeners on my music page on Facebook. I got a few thousand on every platform that I'm on. So shout out to social media and being able to live stream and allow the viewers and the supporters who continue to grow by the day, by the moment, by the minute. They are allowed to follow our journey. And we've been recording and uploading content from all of the various things that we've been a part of in the last year and a half up to 2020 when the pandemic actually came.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So where do you get your inspiration from as far as like writing your music and all this stuff, man?
I'm self-motivated. I've always been self-motivated. And artistry is something that's basically in my DNA. And my grandparents and my mother and them, they just made sure they planted the seed. And by the time I became a teenager and hip-hop came around, I was probably like 12 years old. When hip-hop came around, it gave me a new identity because I didn't believe in myself R&B-ish. There were a lot of other music people around me that I believed were far more rehearsed and ahead of themselves than I was. And so I was challenged, and I didn't have the confidence. And hip-hop gave me placement. And over the years, it allowed me to develop myself as an individual, as a young man, and then musically. And it allowed me to learn history that other music that I just wasn't able to learn. It allowed me to learn the art of sampling. It allowed me to learn the art of producing and production. And it allowed me to identify with the original creators and the pioneers of a lot of these various forms of music that I took interest in. So if it wasn't for hip-hop, I wouldn't have been as progressed as I am today, because I heard a lot of music as a youngster. However, I was never introduced to who they were as the authors and the producers and the songwriters and things of that nature. But hip-hop, being a part of those elements, allowed me to learn that as though I was in school.
That's awesome.
It's like on-the-job training, man. It's incredible blessings with some great people that were a part of, the original creating of those various forms of music, man. I rest in peace to my Uncle Vernon Young. I was able to record a record in 2004 with him, and he was the lead singer of the original group, Bill Pickney and the Drifters, the original Drifters.
That's
you guys
awesome.
familiar with them?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man, and I have a song that I recorded in 2007 and I released earlier this year with the platinum singer-songwriter from the multi-platinum R&B group Today. His name is Big Bub. You guys remember the House Party films and movies, right?
Yep.
And so he was like one of the top artists who always charted and topped the soundtracks, man. So shout out to him, man. Just been blessed to be in some excellent circles, man. That's why we are where we are today.
So, who are some of the different folks you've worked with over your time?
I've been able to shout out to like Big Bub, man, the multi-platinum singer-songwriter. I credit him to writing platinum hits for people like Michael Jackson, rest in peace, Luther Vandross, Patti LaBelle, 82 or 83 degrees or 98 degrees.
98 degrees, baby. 98 degrees.
Mary J. Blige. I mean, the list goes on, man. And that really was my first celebrity track that I recorded. I've worked with other people who are celebrities, like the number one urban publicist in music history, Angelo Ellersby. I've had a outstanding relationship with him for like the last 15, 16 years. He's been a mentor to me. And my brother, who is also my mentor, who has, for the last 3-4 years, been back and back, neck to neck in hip-hop with the number one label versus QC, Quality Control, SCMG, South Coast Music Group, Arnold Taylor, the CEO. And that's my mentor too, man. So, AJ Savage, who was Clive Davis's right-hand man in South Carolina. He welcomed me in the Carolinas.
You got a little bit of everybody. I think that's cool.
Man. So many others I could name, but I just like to name those few, man, because they really were very implement when it came to me having a career, man.
Well, you're amazing. So where do people find your music on the web so people can see what you are up to?
I'm pretty much on whatever your viewers and listeners' preference is, man. iTunes, YouTube Music, Pandora, iHeart, Spotify, Amazon, Google.
Well, if somebody were to want to look you up on YouTube, how do they do that?
Type in Dick James, and they can type in All I Need. And then you'll find Dick James and pretty much the other music that comes along with it. It's kind of easy.
It's kind of easy. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, that's the thing is we need to make it easy for people. We need to make sure that everybody can get in there and short and simple. And so, what's been the reaction that you've gotten to your music and everything?
We have our mind set on what we believe and what we hope for. And it's just been a reality. I have a song called I'm Dreaming, and I have like 135,000 plus streams on it on Spotify. And I also have like 112,000 plus streams on that single All I Need on Spotify. So it's been received pretty well. I've done a host of interviews, radio stations, and things of that nature. And it's just very humbling, and it's a bundle of joy to be received by people genuinely who believe in your music and believe in your presentation and receive your energy, man, and they're willing to get on board and support you. So it's just been a great experience, and I'm continuing to adjust my mindset, as we go, because it's continuing to teach me something that I had not experienced from an artist perspective on my own. I know what it's
Fantastic.
like working with other labels and other artists to watch them receive joy. However, it's a little bit different when it happens for yourself.
Well, we are going to do this. We're going to play All I Need, and thanks for being with us, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it, my man. There they goes. We are going to go to All I Need, and it's here.
Just left a season of depression and anxiety. Now I never doubt because my father proud of me. I pray my soul stay intact until I'm in the ground. Used to trip about my sins, but they don't harm me now. I tried to outrun shame and guilt for years. He said meet me at the water, now I'm feeling crystal clear. With God on my side, ain't nothing I could ever really fear, right? Yeah. But how you go and change the boy like that? How you go remove my stains like that? No other gods can really love me like that. Send a prayer and get blessed right back. Ain't no devil in my plans, just evidence of God's hand on that. Yeah, this my story, this my testimony. Yeah, and we gon' take it to the farthest corners. Yeah, I had to get my life right. I was losing my light, and then I realized that you really are.
You are all I need. You are all I ever need.
I used to wonder, why would God love us like this? And it didn't take me long to understand that God was the creator without you. He was the sustainer without you. But without you, he could not be the redeemer. And the reason he loves us is because through us, God can manifest on the side of who he is. See, your mistakes are not the occasion for banishment. They become the opportunity for God to reveal himself. So when you're hurting, he says, let me show you more of who I am. When you lose things, when you make mistakes, when you feel that you've gone too far for rescue, he says, let me show you more. Now, if all this is not enough for you to want him, then nothing will.
All I need. You are all I ever need.
There it is. All I Need. And that